Okay, so hello and welcome to the FATU Network, and welcome to this interview that we are bringing you here today. Of course, you must have all seen the announcement of the interview that today we will be bringing you an interview with Mohamadou Manjang, the former managing director of the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation. I wrote a little bit of who Mohamadou Manjang is. He was the managing director of the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, and he took the role on the 7th of March in 2017. That's like almost 2 years ago, and he brought with him more than 2 decades of executive experience working for a leading financial institution, and that's the Standard Chartered Bank. I remember when we first did a story, when we got information that he was appointed to be the managing director of Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation. I think the first thing, the story that we wrote, we put somebody else's photo on it because we didn't know who Mr. Manjang is. So somebody contacted us and said, "Oh no, you put the photo of the wrong guy. So it's not Manjang." So it took a while before his photos could be out in the media. And so he worked at the Standard Chartered Bank. In his previous role, Mohamadou was the regional CFO for Africa at Standard Chartered Bank, where he successfully led the decentralization of regional finance, resulting in enhanced efficiencies, established tighter controls, and improved regulator relationship. During his tenure as the CFO Africa, he played an integral role in the research, selection, and introduction of IT systems and drove efficient capital management across 13 countries in Africa, amongst other things. Prior to this, he served a full function at Standard Chartered as CFO for Southern Africa and Executive Director for Botswana. So for more on his work experience, his areas of expertise, which include stakeholder management, financial strategy development, project management, budgeting and forecasting, change management, risk management, and all of that. You can all have this information on the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation page. You're still on there. So you can have all the information there if you need to read more about him. And I just forgot to mention that we're also going to be live, or in fact, we are live on Instagram as well. So if you follow us on Instagram, you can join us live on there. I have Mohamadou Manjang on here now. We're about to start this interview. Well, thank you very much. What happened is I actually contacted you by text and say we want an interview, and thank you for granting this interview.
Thank you, Fatu. I'm pleased to be here, and
okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for accepting this interview. And I understand you are having other few interviews over the weekend as well. But we want you to first tell us, because most of the time, the layman out there who wants to know what is the mandate of Social Security, what is the role? Because we've been hearing a lot about Social Security. We've been hearing about the pensions, the pensioners' funds, and all of this, the Provident Fund, and all these different things. Can you tell the layman what is the mandate and the role of Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation?
Okay, thank you, Fatu. I think Social Security, the function of Social Security is effectively two. One is social protection for workers, and two, in the Gambia in particular, providing sustainable shelter for the people. Now, within Social Security, there are 3 separate funds in Social Security. Your Federated Pension Scheme, which is a defined benefit scheme, i.e. you are guaranteed a pension amount on retirement. When you, in the Gambia, when you reach the age of 60, you will get a defined benefit. So fixed pension every month until death. Then you have, and that particular fund is mainly for parastatal institutions, but there are some private sector companies that have also joined the pension scheme. You then have the Provident Fund. The Provident Fund is in effect a savings scheme. And that is really where you have most of the private sector organizations.
Is it like an investment kind of thing?
It's not quite an investment, it's just like a savings. What you get, what you put in is what you get. And your benefit is not defined, your contribution is defined. What that actually means is as you contribute, the fund will try to invest those funds to generate income for you. So on your retirement, in theory, you will get your contribution plus whatever income has been generated over the period. Now, because you have a potential unlimited upside, you clearly also have a downside risk. So if the fund does not make money or make some losses, you could also lose part of your contribution. So that's why the benefit is not defined, it's the contribution that is defined. So you say 15% of your basic salary, but what you get depends really on the performance of the fund.
Okay, so I do hear, yes, you can go on.
Then there is the third on Social Security, which is the Injuries Compensation Fund. That effectively is replacing what used to be called the workman compensation. So this is for accidents at work, workplace accidents. So it's like an insurance cover. So it covers you when you injured or something, and then it pays you for the loss of income when you are injured. But also, if you have a permanent disability, you're also entitled to a pension from that scheme. So those three are the social protection schemes. And in the case of Gambia, you then also have the housing scheme, which aims to provide affordable housing or sustainable housing to people.
Okay. So many would say Social Security is a parastatal. But what is the institution's relationship with the government? Does government own Social Security?
Yeah. It is a parastatal. I would probably say it's a state-owned, well, it is a parastatal. It's a parastatal because it was set up by an act of parliament, and that effectively makes it a parastatal. But government doesn't really have any stake in Social Security, unlike your GAMTELs or your NAWEX or your GPAs, where the equity contribution is by government. In the case of Social Security, there is no equity contribution from government. But government is an important partner. Government role really should be that of a regulator. It's like, if you like, the relationship between a central bank and a commercial bank. Now, the central bank has authority over commercial banks to make sure that they're protecting depositors' interest in the banks, that the banks or the management of the banks are not careless in placing or the safe custody of those assets. And that, in effect, should be the relationship between government and the Social Security.
So,
but the owners,
yes,
the membership are those who are contributing their funds.
That's the people who are working in offices for right now. So they pay their funds to Social Security so that when they retire, they can get some money back as a retirement package.
Exactly.
So does Social Security pay dividend to the government, like say, yearly, annually pay dividend to the government?
Yeah, I've had that question many times before in many quarters. In fact, it is worrying because sometimes it's from very senior civil servants who are asking for dividend payment. So that's a fundamental misunderstanding of the relationship between government and Social Security. A government does not have a stake, so cannot expect a dividend payment. I mean, all dividends, you can call it dividend, but like I said, the schemes are different. So when you look at the pension scheme, because it is defined benefit, whatever is generated is just added to the fund to make sure that it can cover benefit payment from the members as and when they retire. So everything that the pension fund accrues reverts back to the pension fund. Anything that Provident Fund accrues is paid to the members as interest. So every profit they make in the Provident Fund goes to the members as interest, and every profit that is made by the Injuries Compensation Fund goes to the members either as pension or compensation for injuries.
Yeah, so I saw the letter that you sent to the government when you were saying to them that the place that they want you to go is not your expertise, it's not where you have knowledge in. A lot of it's foreign affairs, it's diplomacy, but a lot of people do say that with all the money that's at Social Security, still pensioners get peanuts. So who determines what they get? Because I heard when you were managing director, you did put a rise for them, but then still people are saying the money that they have is not enough.
Sorry, Fatu, I don't know what happened, but I lost you there.
I can, okay, can you hear me now?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I don't know why though, but I can hear you. I can still hear you. So you may want to maybe switch off the volume or something and then put it back on. Maybe.
I can't hear you, Fatu.
Okay, so maybe what you need to do is to switch off and then join us back and see if that works. Because I can hear you. Let me try to send him a message. Please switch back on. Yeah, because I can hear you. I hope it's not internet over there. You still can't hear me? Okay, so I said, okay, I sent him a message because I can hear him. I don't know why he can't hear me, but can you all hear me? Let me see. Yes, so they can hear us. So I don't know why he can't hear me, but please switch off and try to switch back on and see. Hopefully that will be able to help. But I can hear you. So let me know when you can hear me. As of now, I can hear you. For those of you who are watching, we are live on Facebook and also.
Fatu, sorry.
Yes. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
Okay, so now you need to just switch back on, switch off and switch back on again. You know, hopefully that will help. Okay, so if you're watching and if you can help me. Okay, so just switch off and switch back on. So hopefully that would help. Let's see. Yeah, so you can only do it from your end. If you can switch off and switch back on. Okay. Yeah, because I can hear myself. Mine is perfect. It's fine. If somebody can please tell him to switch off and then switch back on, hopefully that would help. So for those of you who are watching, this is a live interview. It looks like Mr. Manjang is having some technical difficulties there. Yes, just switch off and let's see how I'm going to say this. And I think he's using his phone, so he may not be.
Faru, can I try again? I cannot hear.
Yes, try again. Yes, that's fine.
Let me try again.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, try again. Okay. Okay, so let's wait to see if that will work. Okay, we're trying to wait a little bit and see how this works with Mr. Manjang, if he can just switch off and switch back on again, and then we can continue with him. Okay. Thank you, those of you watching us live on Instagram. Thank you very much for being there. Oh. Okay, so if this is getting difficult, what we're going to do, then we'll have to do it by phone, but I don't like to do that. So let's try to see.